to episode 18 of the Bright Lights podcast. I'm your host, Deegs, joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Mahoney.
What up, bitches?
And PT.
What's up, world?
Gentlemen, how are we doing today? Mahoney, I know you're a little bit sick from what I've been told.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
I'm better, slept pretty much all day yesterday, feeling better. Still pissed off about a couple things, though, that we'll get into today.
Yeah, I love that you run the Bright Lights podcast Twitter account. I love it so much. I'm scrolling through Twitter and then I see, Bright Lights podcast. Who the fuck tweeted this? And then it's funny and I'm like, oh yeah, Mahoney runs it because PT's not funny enough.
Yeah, I don't have the sense of humor as Mahoney does, so he definitely does a good job with it.
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure you wish Mahoney to feel better.
Yeah,
he's a wonderful person, but we have a really kind of ranty show today. We're going to be shitting on a lot of people. So let's get to that without further ado. I don't want to waste your time or my time or anyone's time. So, Mahoney, go ahead, buddy.
All right, so we're going to start with the Blackhawks today. The Blackhawks. Love them.
Love them.
Been very streaky as of late. They've been doing very well.
Are they back?
We're going to put it on hold. We're going to put it on hold.
Put that bitch on pause.
Last night was very rough. Delia, you signed the 3-year extension, and since then you've been shitting the bed.
It's like a broken record.
It is. It is a broken record.
This every single podcast.
Yeah, well, it is, because here's the thing. Patrick Kane is playing out of his mind, like we say every podcast.
He could have my kids.
It's unreal how he's playing, and no one's helping him,
no.
Except for probably DeBrincat.
DeBrincat's been playing really well. But Delia gave up, 5 goals last night? Yeah, because they had the open netter to end the game.
Yes.
I'd say about 3 of those were his fault. Defense was awful again. That was a must-win game against Colorado. That was technically a 4-point game, if you think about it, because we lost 2 points, they gained 2 points, and they have the wild card spot right now. Now we played Dallas tomorrow, and if we plan to be in that wild card spot, we have to beat Dallas. And if we don't, again, they're another wild card team, so tomorrow's going to be another 4-point game. So it's going to be tough. We got to win that game. PT, you got anything else about the Hawks?
No, yeah, it's kind of been there's been different things kind of going in and out. You see flashes of really good with DeBrincat and Kane. Our defense is really slow right now. The trade deadline's coming up, and there's been a lot of stuff about Panarin coming in. I mean, you could flip a coin. I mean, you could say, he'd help out the team a lot, but also he'd also be very pricey. And I think we also need a little bit more help on defense, and obviously our goalies are not up to standard as well. So I think there's a lot more holes than we think there are. Mm-hmm. So I think we're still kind of far. I think we're actually making great strides, though, because at the beginning of the season, I thought this season was going to be just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So, there's pros and cons to this season. Definitely a lot more cons because we've kind of been showing a lot more pros recently, too. So, I don't know.
But
a lot of mixed emotions.
Yeah, but sticking with the trade deadline.
Quick prediction from the two Blackhawks fans. Did they make the playoffs or no?
9 seed. They miss it.
Yep. I don't think they make it this year.
Yep.
If our goalies if our goalies aren't playing up to it and our defense, it's not going to happen. Kane can play out his mind every single game, but you can't. You can score 3 goals in a game, and they just can't protect the goal.
Yeah, with the way our defense is playing and our goaltending, we give up about 5-6 goals a game, which is brutal. And our offense is sticking with it and scoring 7, 6, 4 goals a game. But sticking with the trade deadline, the Columbus Blue Jackets got Duchesne yesterday, who's one of the best forwards in the league. And the whole season they were saying, Panarin's gone, we're going to trade Panarin. But now they realize if they pair up Duchesne and Panarin, they're going to have a dominant line.
Yep.
And they're already in the playoffs. They're already in a playoff spot. The Columbus Blue Jackets are in an interesting situation with Panarin. This is his last year on his contract. And he has announced publicly that he would love to go back to Chicago.
Who wouldn't? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so either way, I think Panarin's going to come back, whether that be in a trade now or signing in the offseason, because the Hawks surprisingly do have a lot of money. But, yeah, I just don't see them paying I just don't see the Blue Jackets paying Panarin at all. So
no, yeah, I think that there's a strong possibility that we get him during free agency. I don't see it happening now with the trade deadline coming up. But we'll see. I think also that, like I said, defensemen are kind of been a big priority too. Seabrook's kind of been playing real slow. I feel like he's kind of been. He also, when he's playing slow, he kind of gets beat, and then when he tries to make up for it, he causes a lot of penalties. So that's what I just kind of seen in the last couple of games I've been watching. It's just a lot of things we can definitely come up with and talk about that the Blackhawks need to improve on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so now we're gonna hop into the other side of Chicago. We're gonna go to the White Sox with this whole Machado shit. I don't know if you guys can tell with if you guys follow my personal Twitter or if you guys follow the Bright Lights Podcast Twitter and really follow it, but I've been putting some shit on there, and there's some stuff that's making me a little angry, and I know PT's kind of feeling the same way. First off, Deegs, I'm going to start with your chairman, Ron Fowler, saying that little thing about the Shy Sox yesterday, saying
he's not wrong.
What?
He's not wrong.
Oh, he's not wrong at all. But him saying that, they're happier than the Sox. And I'm not mad at him. I'm happy that he said it. Because that kind of just shows how – I'm going to say a word that we've never said on Bright Lights Podcast. I'm going to say it right now. Jerry Reinsdorf is being a pussy. A ginormous one.
No, I've said that before.
Oh, damn it. All right. But
sorry, buddy.
So Jerry Reinsdorf, after the Machado stuff came out, Jerry said we're gonna sign some other, good players to fill in the needs that we have. So far, let me take out my notes real quick. So far,
I have notes. I love it so much because you get so mad.
Oh, Jose Iglesias is signed with the Reds. Would have been a great pickup. Josh Harrison has signed with the Tigers. Another great one for the White Sox.
Super cheap. Super cheap.
Do you know who we get? Do you know?
Wait, you guys missed out on Marwin, too.
See, okay, so the Marwin deal I'm kind of okay with because it was a 2-year, $21 million. I think that's a little on the expensive side.
I think it's kind of cheap, to be honest with you.
Really?
I mean, okay, think about it. Marwin, 2 years, $21 million. He can literally play anywhere but catcher, obviously. He played everywhere, every single position last year but catcher for the Astros.
That is true.
Could play the outfield for the White Sox, could play third base, which is a need for them unless Machado's going to be over there. When Machado goes over there, you can play second. Play first to spell Abreu.
Just making me more mad. Just making me more mad.
That was the point of this. Think about guys like how much Adam Jones is going to sign for, potentially, if he doesn't get a minor league deal. And you got a guy like Marwin Gonzalez who can literally play everywhere for like $10 million a year.
Yeah.
He's like the perfect baseball player right now.
Yeah, he is.
He can play everywhere.
And then we signed Irvin Santana. Fun fact for my White Sox fans, we all remember the 2005 World Series. To go to the 2005 World Series, we beat Irvin Santana in Game 4 of the 2005 ALCS. Just a fun fact to put out there that, yeah.
I mean, he's not awful.
He's not awful, but when...
He threw a no-hitter 2 years ago, finished 7th in American League Cy Young voting 2 years ago.
Yeah, but, I mean...
It's not like anything to get hyped over.
The White Sox right now, I don't think we really need to worry about pitching. Right now, we need to find stopgap people because obviously we missed out on the star players. And obviously Jerry's not going to show his cock and sign Harper. Right now, he's got a baby dick. Jerry Reinsdorf has a baby dick right now. Just shit's not going well.
I just think it's really funny because if you go back like 7 episodes ago, like episode 10, we're talking like predictions about where these guys are going to go, and we all were like in agreement. Everyone was in agreement. Like the White Sox are getting one of these guys, and then the fucking Padres come out of nowhere, take Machado, and no, Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't want to pay Harper however much money Harper wants. And like, I mean, we can use this to transition into our Harper talk, unless you want to keep shitting on them.
I got one more thing to talk about. So I'm gonna give what's it called? I'm gonna give credit to this person that tweeted this, Rich Harperts at Rich_Roberts. He tweeted The White Sox initial leaked offer to Manny is what got the Padres involved.
Yeah, I saw that.
Then Manny consulted Yonder Alonso and John Jay, two dudes Chicago brought in to woo him there, and they both raved about how amazing San Diego is.
Every time that you watch John Jay or Yonder Alonso step into the box, I want you to think of that.
They said that they should be booed and traded out immediately.
I mean, one of them will get traded at the deadline probably.
So this is what's got to happen.
Actually, credit Bob Nightingale because Bob Nightingale is the guy that tweeted that the White Sox were only offering 7 for $175.
What a fucking. So I'm not mad about the leak. I mean, the media is going to leak shit. I mean, it's just a coincidence that the Padres jumped in at that time. What makes me angry is how Yonder Alonso and John Jay were brought to the White Sox. I'm not mad at Yonder Alonso or John Jay. I'm mad at the White Sox for not understanding of how they would talk to Manny.
Exactly. Like when you bring a guy, okay, obviously I'm sure Yonder Alonso and John Jay, they want to win. They're not just playing baseball to play baseball. They definitely want to win, and I'm 100% certain that it would have been super dope for them to play with Machado for however long they were there. Now, you have to look at it, if you're the White Sox, from Yonder Alonso and John Jay's perspective. It doesn't take anybody rather with high level of intelligence to realize that the only reason why Yonder Alonso and John Jay were brought in, both of them on one-year deals, think about that, and both of them not part of the team's future, is to get Machado. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
So what motivation is there for guys who are only going to be there for 1 year and they're not part of the long-term plan, who were only brought in, who are basically being used as pawns by the White Sox to bring a guy in? What motivation do they have to be like, oh, yeah, dude, come play with the South Side? They have none. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're both not going to be on the team next year.
Yeah.
So at that point, it just comes down to Manny Machado's their homie. They're really close friends. They talk every day. And they're just giving him – they're not speaking for the White Sox. They're speaking from their heart.
They are.
And what they think. And, I mean, I don't know. I didn't think personally when they traded for him that there was going to be like that was going to have a big sway in decision. Ultimately, Machado probably I don't think he wanted to play in Chicago, dog. Like, that sucks to say that, but listen to his press conference yesterday. If you watch his press conference yesterday when they announced it, he said, "San Diego's where I wanted to be, and I'm here." So like, I don't know.
And he looks happy too.
The White Sox, if you think about it, they probably had a better offer. They didn't have the guaranteed money, but I mean, you get an extra $100 million in incentives, and the difference in the tax between California and Chicago is 9%. That's out of $100 million, 9%. He's saving $9 million. Like, that's a shit ton of money, and I just don't think he chose the place he wanted to play in. I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that you look at all the pictures that have been posted to by the Padres and everything. He looks happy. He's already obviously made multiple friends within that clubhouse, and who wouldn't want to be out there too? As much as it kills me to say, but who wouldn't want to go live out there in San Diego and play baseball in 80-degree weather? Yeah. It's just an unfortunate reality.
Jerry, do something, please, so I don't lose my fucking mind. You know what? I'm already there. I'm already there. Yeah, I'm already there.
I don't think at this point the only thing he's going to do is you guys will pay a shit ton of money for Keuchel, possibly, and then pay him $30 million a year when he's 37 years old.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's like a nightmare,
Yeah, so let's talk about Harper now.
Well, do you want to talk about Keuchel?
Keuchel? I mean, if we get him, we get him.
Padres are out on Keuchel.
What about Kimbrel?
Oh, yeah, Kimbrel. Yeah, talk about Kimbrel, Deeks.
I saw Jeff Passan tweeted, some other guys tweeted earlier that Craig Kimbrel's asking price, if you guys don't know, Craig Kimbrel, closer, on track right now to be the greatest closer of all time. His asking price for I think he wants like $100 million plus is what he said at the beginning of the offseason, which is ridiculous. His asking price has not gone down from what it was at the beginning, and that sources close to him are starting to believe that he might sit out this year. Now I mean, obviously there's one Craig Kimbrell, best closer in the game right now, arguably one of the best closers in the game. It's bad for the game of baseball to not have that guy playing because of how good he is, how valuable he is to the game. But I don't understand what the whole thing of sitting out does. Okay, like in my opinion, it just kind of makes you like a pouty bitch.
Yep.
And I understand people want to get paid, but at that point, if you're sitting out to get paid, I think people are gonna want to pay you less because what you're demonstrating is I don't play the game to play the game. I play the game to make money.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking wants that. I mean, if you're a super megastar, for example, a lot of people will say, well, then why is it okay that Manny Machado sat out for so long? Because here's the thing. Manny Machado and Bryce Harper, even right now, are superstars, and they play every single day. Okay, Greg Kimbrell's going to pitch like 70 innings this year, maybe, if he even plays. He'll maybe pitch 70 innings this year. Machado's going to play every single day. He's played 162 games 3 times out of the 5 years he's been in the league. Okay, and it's not like when these guys are sitting out, what are they missing? They're missing spring training.
Exactly.
They're missing ground balls, PFPs, bunt coverages, and all that shit. If you're threatening to sit out the season, you're missing games, dog. You're missing actual games. Like, you are missing I understand the baseball season is really long, but you are missing actual game time. You are not missing spring training. And a perfect example of why I think sitting out is fucking stupid is Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell sat out the whole season last year, lost $15 million, which is more money than all 3 of us combined will make in our lifetime. And then now there's a lot of teams that are coming up that they don't want to pay him because they don't know if he actually wants to play. That's a perfect example of a guy that is demonstrating by his actions that he just wants to get paid. He doesn't give a shit. And that is exactly when people stop caring, when people stop working out, when people stop taking care of their bodies, and you get super high contracts that just go to shit because no one cares anymore. You think Albert Pujols gives a shit how he hits anymore?
No.
They got 40 and he's making like $30 million every single year. He doesn't give a fuck.
And he's already a guaranteed Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the best players to ever play the game. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, it's just stupid. It's so fucking dumb that he's even thinking about sitting out. Does nothing good for him. No one's going to want to pay him more. It's fucking dumb.
And he hasn't said anything yet either. So the rumors obviously must be true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If someone was saying, report that Craig Kimbrell was sitting out and Craig Kimbrell actually wasn't thinking about that, then I would be the first person to say, fuck no, I'm not going to sit out. I play baseball to play baseball. Now I play baseball to make money. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, so I know we kind of thought about doing this pretty quick. We're going to do some award predictions.
Oh, we can talk about Harper, dog. Come on.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's talk about Harper. You're right.
So, a lot of reports. I don't know if both of you saw this last night. The Phillies owner, Middleton, whatever his fucking name is, he's in Vegas.
Whipped his jet in there. Yep.
That is where Bryce Harper is from, in his home. Conflicting reports here. Some people saying Bryce Harper's in Vegas. Other people close to me and on Twitter saying he's in Arizona meeting with the Padres today.
Okay.
I will not reveal who those people are, but I have seen that. I have seen a lot of people saying last night that he didn't even meet with the Phillies. People saying he met with them. So no one knows what's going on. Supposedly,
just like this whole offseason.
There's a meeting between the Padres and Harper tonight in Arizona. And if you look at the market for Bryce Harper, this is just going to be real quick. I just need to talk about this because it's been on my mind. The team's in on Bryce Harper, right? Obviously, the Nationals, big news, they said they're out. Mm-hmm. So he will not be going back to Washington, which is good, I think. Your guys' team, White Sox, they don't want to pony up the money.
Yep,
they're
out.
The Giants don't want to give him a long-term deal, likely out, because he wants a long-term deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if the Padres drop out, he's got no choice to go to Philly, right? And I honestly think, I don't know Bryce Harper, you don't know Bryce Harper, no one knows what's going through his head but him. I honestly think if he really wanted to play in Philadelphia, he would have already been there because they have the most money. They're offering him whatever he wants. I know people that are hearing that the offer that the Phillies are willing to put on the table is somewhere close to $400 million. Okay, and
The Phillies?
if that's actually true, yeah, the Phillies. If that's actually true, why hasn't he taken it yet? Why hasn't he signed there? If they're throwing the bank at him, why hasn't he signed there? And a lot of people are saying that he doesn't want to play in Philly, and I don't blame him, dude.
I don't either.
Think about it. This guy came up with the Nationals for the last 6 years, and he's had to go to Philadelphia 20 times every single year. You know how much shit they probably talked to him? You know how awful Phillies fans probably treated Bryce Harper for the last 5 or 6 years? Why the fuck would he want to go play there? It doesn't make sense. A lot of people saying that Philadelphia is giving a chance to what's his name? That Boris and Harper are giving them are giving the Padres a chance to match the offer or even go a little bit under. But I don't know, dude. I don't know where he's going to sign. Honestly, my gut right now, if I had to predict, gun to my head, where is Bryce Harper signing? I know we talked about this before. I honestly think that the Padres will sign him. I honestly think that he will go to the San Diego Padres solely because he wants to play there. And if this is only contingent on if they're willing to pay him, obviously, like $320 million. But I don't think he wants to play in Philly, dog. I don't think he wants to play in Philly because if he did, he would have already signed this. And I want to hear what you have to say because everybody is saying Philadelphia, Philadelphia, Philadelphia. But at some point, it comes down to where the guy wants to play.
No, yeah. It's kind of been like a broken record. Seriously, I've said this multiple times. Philly's you can kind of compare Philly to Chicago. It gets cold. It's not like San Diego. Why would you? It's like I said. It's a broken record. Why would you not want to go play in 80-degree weather? Why would you not want to go live on the West Coast? Why would you not want to live in San Diego? And why would you not want to make millions of dollars to do that?
Yeah, I think we can all agree. The Bright Lights podcast. We can all agree together. We can hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and agree that Harper will find himself for the next 10 years in San Diego with Manny Machado.
Oh my God. I don't even know what I would do.
Deeks, what are you going to do, man?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I don't know.
You move out to San Diego?
I don't know if I'd be able to podcast for like at least an episode because I'd be recovering from the stroke that I would have if they signed him.
Okay. Can I ask a quick question then? What
Sure.
player would you be more excited? Okay, so say theoretically that the Padres signed Harper. Who are you more excited about?
Machado, 100%. I'm gonna tell you why. And I talked to you guys before this. I've talked to a lot of people about because I've had a lot of people surprisingly ask me, "Are you going to be mad if they don't get Harper, or are you going to be?" We don't need Bryce Harper, and that's really really weird to say because I mean the guy's a superstar, but we needed Machado. We didn't have a long-term third baseman. We had a legitimate hole at third base. We have like 7 outfielders on the roster right now. We don't need him. Obviously, if the opportunity arises where we can get him, I'm so down, and I would be so happy.
Yeah.
But we got our guy. We got the guy that we needed. And if we don't get Harper, fuck. He can go suffer in Philadelphia for all I care. But if we get him, then fuck. The San Diego Padres signed two Hall of Fame generational type players in one offseason. Dope.
Yeah,
I'll probably cry. But who am I more excited for? Definitely Machado because we need him. We needed him really badly. And we got him. So
yeah, that's how my White Sox were feeling. Thanks, Deegs. Thank you.
Just the saltiness that I saw on Twitter when the Padres signed him made it so much better.
I bet.
I've never actually seen a collective group of fans talking like getting pissed at the Padres, and I loved it. I loved it for a day, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah, I don't get how people can be mad at the Padres. Again, I'm not mad at the Padres, and I probably will never be mad at the Padres. I can't get mad at another organization, but I can always get mad at my own organization for being dumb fucks. And the White Sox really were dummies. Rick Hahn said it himself. He said he's mad that they didn't throw the money at him. Jerry Reinsdorf is being a cheap asshole. He's got to spend. He's got to realize that he's got to spend money to, make money. It's
You
rough.
hate to see it. You just hate to see it.
I mean, you love to see it, but
It's
we
so
hate to see
depressing
it.
to even just think about. Like every day, like I'll be in class just sitting there and just thinking, like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
It's. Well,
All right, let's do our awards.
yeah. Let's go to our awards. Let's get a little happy
Real
in here.
quick before we do this.
Here at Bright Lights Podcast, we like to think positive vibes. We're not big negative people.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
we all love each other and we love our 18. Shout out the 18.
Shout out to 18.
But so we're gonna do MLB Award predictions. We're gonna do 5. We're gonna do for each league. We're gonna do MVP, Cy Young, Comeback Player of the Year, Reliever of the Year, Rookie of the Year. Next Tuesday, Mahoney suggested that we do our own Bright Lights Podcast Awards. We're gonna have like a big ass award show. It's gonna be super dope. So 18, be there. So we're just gonna go in order, talk a little bit about our guys. Mahoney, you can start. I'll go next. PT, fuck you. You can go last.
All right, so we're gonna start with the AL or NL.
Let's go AL.
Okay. All right.
Let's
So
do 5 AL and then do all 5 NL.
all right. So my AL MVP for the year is kind of a hot one. Alex Bregman.
Like we have the same guy. I told you we were talking about it. Like we probably have the same dude.
Yeah.
I got Bregman too. So you can speak for both of us here.
Yeah, so, I mean, ever since Bregman came out of college, I've always been a huge Bregman fan. He was number 2 in the draft behind Swanson. We could definitely see now who the better of the two were.
Yeah.
I mean, Bregman, his last 2 years, he's even been in the MVP talks. And I think even as his career progresses, it's going to become more and more natural. It's become more and more, common that he's going to be in those MVP talks. And I think eventually in the next couple of years, we can see him win an MVP.
Yeah, he's a fucking stud, dude.
He is.
I remember when like the Astros core, and even when they won the World Series, everything was Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa is going to be like the next big thing. And I honestly, I understand Carlos Correa was number 1 pick in the draft. I understand he's a very good player. He's a really good player. But I think Bregman's going to end up having a better career than Correa does, and so yeah, he's my pick to win MVP too.
Yeah. PT, who you got?
I have Mr. Mike Trout. Okay.
Oh, Mr. Mike Trout.
Okay. All right. He was beat out last year by a super Mookie Betts had a super freak season last year. He barely beat out Mike Trout last year. Mike Trout is also coming up on his free agency. I think he's gonna be playing out of his mind, just showing off his case of why he should be paid as much as Bryce Harper and Manny Machado should be. So I think he's gonna have a supernatural year this year. I think he's gonna win the MVP in the AL.
Yeah, I agree. So now we're going to go to the AL Cy Young. I've got Trevor Bauer.
Oh my God, dude, go fuck yourself.
What, do you have the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have Trevor Bauer of the Cleveland Indians.
Great minds think alike, I
yeah.
guess. I mean, geez.
I think that he would have won the Cy Young last year if he didn't get hurt. I mean, have you seen the videos of him and Clevinger playing
That
catch
was
together?
hilarious.
They're so funny.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I mean, Bauer's he works hard. I mean, I think he's going to even be even better. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have upwards of 20 wins this year. Yeah, I think he's just going to be really good this year. What do you think, Deeks?
Yeah, I definitely agree. If he doesn't get hurt last year, he probably wins. Yeah, the American League Cy Young. The AL Cy Young race was kind of shitty last year, if you think about it. And I hate to say that because I don't want to devalue any pitchers or anything, but when Chris Sale went down, it was like I was almost 100% positive that Blake Snell was going to win it. Bauer doesn't get hurt in like May. I honestly think he gets pretty close to 300 strikeouts and wins the thing. He's really good, throws hard. His stuff is nasty. He's also probably the funniest baseball player on Twitter ever. But yeah, dude, I mean, again, stud player, just like Alex Bregman. Coming up on free agency, too, I would definitely not put it past her Bartle and Seven Wood this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, Deegs, you mentioned Chris Sale also got hurt. He was on his way to winning the Cy Young last year. If he stays healthy this year, I believe that he actually can end up winning his first Cy Young.
Yeah, so where do you guys want to go next? Reliever, Rookie of the Year, comeback?
Let's do comeback.
Comeback, all right.
My comeback player of the year is Carlos Correa, shortstop for the Houston Astros. I don't know. He's a great player. Was plagued by injury last year. See him coming back this year and really putting a good year for the Astros, and I think the Astros are going to be back in the ALCS this year.
Yeah, I got Miguel Cabrera. Obviously, Miguel Cabrera went down last year with I think he tore his tricep or bicep or something, which you hate to see that.
Hate to see it.
But, again, even though he's older now, he's 35 years old, still a guy who, Hall of Famer by far, no doubt in my mind, Miguel Cabrera is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, easily. First ballot.
This is a guy who you could probably see at the trade deadline if he starts out the year hot, get traded.
He was good last year before he got hurt.
Yeah, despite having a terrible contract, I could definitely see a contender with some cap space picking this guy up and slotting him in the middle of that lineup to really do some damage come the playoffs. But, again, Triple Crown winner, MVP, really hard to bet against a guy who's one of the best hitters of our generation against coming back from an injury like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. PT, who you got?
My comebacker is Yohan Moncada.
Yeah.
I hope that my prediction is correct because he is looking like he is becoming one of the biggest busts of all time. He had way too many strikeouts last year, did not produce at all offensively. So hopefully that he can kind of make a comeback and make an impact on the White Sox like he was supposed to.
Yeah, I will say this about Yohan Moncada. I mean, PT, you already showed me he's got his first at bat of the spring was a double.
Let's go, White Sox. Yeah.
Yep, he had a leadoff double.
You gotta need his ass to step up.
Yeah, and then Polka hit a double to score him.
Yep.
So there we go.
That's
Big Daddy D. Now we're gonna go to the reliever of the year award, and I have Adam Ottavino of the New York Yankees winning this year. I mean, he was fantastic last year, and now being with the Yankees, his name's really going to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And I think that just helps his case out. He's absolutely fucking disgusting.
He's got wicked shit, though.
Yeah, he does. And in the American League, there's going to be more strikeouts. I mean, sure, he might give up a couple extra home runs in Yankee Stadium because of how short that right field fence is. But, actually, you know what? No. I mean, he pitched in Coors, which is a hitter-friendly ballpark. He's going to be great this year. No matter what, I bet you he's going to be a candidate for reliever of the year. But we'll see.
I mean, Adam Ottavino's fucking nasty.
Uh-huh.
The only reason why I didn't actually pick him was, you typically see closers winning this award just because, they're the most important coming out of the pen. But if there's any non-closer to win it in the American League, I would definitely pick Ottavino. My guy's Blake Trinan of the Oakland Athletics. Kind of unheralded guy. All-star last year. He throws all you have to do is type in Blake Trinan highlights on YouTube, and you'll see a guy who throws 100 miles an hour on a sinker that starts at the top of the zone and finishes at the bottom of the zone when he's done. His slider's disgusting. He's so nasty, and the fact that he has that much movement on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball is ridiculous. So that's my guy to win the whole thing here.
No, I agree with you, Deeks. I think Trinan actually is a very good candidate to win this year just because of how, like you said, his fastball is unreal. And it's really hard when you come to the game and you have someone throwing 100 miles per hour, if he's shut down, you guys are screwed. There's no way coming back against that, so I believe he's going to win the AL Reliever of the Year.
Yeah, and sticking with Blake Trinan, I'm watching his highlights right now. It is fantastic. But also, he's one of my favorite cards to use in MLB The Show. So.
Oh, he's nasty in the show. He's wicked.
Yeah, just putting that one out there. Now we're going to go to the AL Rookie of the Year. I know everybody think it's going to be Vlad Guerrero, and I agree. No, I agree. I just don't want to. Huh?
I'm done with you.
Okay, I just don't want to have the same as everybody. Okay.
Yeah, man. Some diversity.
I've actually got two right here, and one of them is
sharing co-Rookie of the Year.
No. I just have two predictions. Okay, my first one, Eloy. Okay, shoot me. Okay, shoot me in the face. I don't care. But I just want to put this name out here because I don't think it gets talked about enough because of Vlad Guerrero Jr. Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette's a fucking stud, dude. He's so good. He's so underrated, and he's so fucking good.
He's not one of my predictions, but I'm just saying, watch out for Bo Bichette. Nobody's paying attention to him, but just be
Bichette,
ready.
baby. Bo Bichette.
Yeah, I mean, Elo's a good player. And hint, no surprise, when we get to the National League Rookie of the Year, you will see a homer pick there. The difference between the National League and the American League is that one of them has a guy who people were predicting is going to be a Hall of Famer before he's even played a game yet, and the other one doesn't. So my pick's Vladdy Guerrero Jr. If he comes up, a legitimate chance as a rookie, he could hit 300, make the All-Star game, start in the All-Star game. Maybe, he could probably compete for a batting title because the guy's that good. So, yeah, not that much explanation. Everyone who knows baseball knows Vladdy Jr., so that's my guy.
No, yeah, I agree with you, too.
That's your guy?
He drops absolute bombs. I think he's going to do good things for the Blue Jays.
The White Sox are losing 4-0 right now to the Dodgers. And their starting pitcher, Don Roach, has a 54 ERA right now in spring training. So, White Sox fans, we're probably not going to see Roach this year.
Lose 1-0. So,
but Carson Fulmer's in the game, so I'm hoping that.
He's a big Carson Fulmer guy.
I'm a huge Carson Fulmer guy. I'm excited to see what he does this year. But
that's another guy that really hasn't done anything for the White Sox, you know.
Yeah, but now I'm excited to talk about the NL with the awards. I'm excited.
Please don't have the same guy as me for MVP.
I have Nolan Arenado winning MVP.
Oh my God, you guys.
Yourself. God damn it, dude.
So I mean, the fact of the matter is that he's going to be an free agent this upcoming year. He's really going to want to show his floppy dick. Arenado is just a great player. I mean, did he come in third last year?
Second.
He came in second. I think he came in second or third the year before that. He's going to close this year. He's going to close the deal.
The fact that he hasn't won an MVP with his numbers is kind of ridiculous. I mean, obviously Yelich deserved it last year. He was my pick to win it.
Yep.
I mean, there's no denying that. But Arenado, he's probably going to hit above 300. Probably going to hit 35 to 40 home runs. Probably going to drive in like 130 runs like he does every single fucking year. He's the best third baseman in the National League. I know Machado's there now, but still, he's better than Machado. Plays Gold Glove caliber defense. You can't deny that he plays in a hitter-friendly park, so that definitely helps him. And he wants to prove something, man. Manny Machado just got $30 million a year. Nolan Arenado wants to do that shit too. So that's my guy for National League MVP.
Yeah, Machado alert. He's now 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Dude, it's fucking spring training. He's probably hitting off like a single A guy.
You're probably
2 for 2.
You're probably
2
right.
for 2. 2 for 2.
All right.
Who's your NL MVP?
My NL MVP, Paul Goldschmidt.
I like it.
He's been right up there every year, and I believe that now he's got a new team, new place in St. Louis. I think he's going to break the ceiling this year, and he's going to win it this year.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. I like that one. And now we're going to go to the Cy Young Award. We're going to go out to the something in my eye. The East Coast, and I'm going to go with Aaron Nola, the Philadelphia Phillies.
I'm so glad we didn't have the same one for this.
So Aaron Nola was fantastic last year. He got paid this offseason. He got paid by the Phillies. I don't know. He's kind of a dark horse this year. A lot of people are predicting him to have a down year. I don't know. I just see him winning the Cy Young this year. Shout out Shelfie from Twitch.
This was kind of hard because, like, when you have the two best pitchers in baseball in the National League, it's kind of hard. I mean, it's really easy to go with one of them. Obviously, DeGrom and Scherzer, what they do every single year. I went with kind of a shocking pick here. Kind of a
Clayton Richards?
Yeah, Garrett fucking Richards. Kind of a shot in the dark, hoping that maybe I'll be right. Walker Buehler of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I was thinking about doing Walker Buehler. That's a good one.
My National League Cy Young Award candidate. Super electric stuff last year as a rookie. Guy throws gas. Hit the Padres last year, which really isn't that hard to do. He had like a 2.5 ERA as a fucking rookie. in the National League West where you have to go to Coors Field all the time. I know that Kershaw's still there, but he's the best pitcher on the Dodgers right now.
Well, Kershaw's hurt right now, so we'll see.
I mean, even when Kershaw's healthy now, at this point in his career, he's no longer the best guy for that team. It's Walker Buehler. So, yeah, I mean, I think we could legitimately see him win something this year, and I'm sure he'll win one at some point in his career. So, yeah, that's my guy.
That's your guy?
My guy.
All right, go ahead, PT. Who you got?
I got Scherzer. I think he's gonna win his 4th Cy Young.
Safe pick, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got Trout, Sale, Scherzer, fucking Vladdy.
Fucking asshole.
Hey, at least I haven't picked the same as you guys, so at least I'm different.
Different, yeah.
Different. All right, man. I mean, Scherzer's probably you're probably gonna be right. So good for you.
Fulmer has 2 outs in the 4th right now. He's about to strike out somebody too.
White Sox spring training single A updates and keep doing that, please.
So now we're gonna go to
Tune into your next Bright Lights podcast episode where we give you single A White Sox updates.
so now we'll go to comeback player of the year. I really, really am excited to talk about mine. He was a flubby last year.
You better not say who I think you can say.
Who?
Keep going, dog.
Daniel Murphy.
Oh, okay, good.
Who do you think I was going to say?
Don't worry, not the same guy, so we're good.
I am extremely pumped to see Daniel Murphy play at Coors Field.
Yeah, he's in the rig.
I honestly was.
Shout out Joey Atkins.
Shout out Joey. I was actually considering putting Daniel Murphy as my dark horse candidate for MVP.
Oh my God.
I am extremely excited to see what he does in a Coors Field. He's a fantastic hitter. I mean, I think he's going to put up 35, 40 home runs at Coors.
You're drunk. You have to be drunk.
I actually
He might be.
That's like my biggest dark horse of the year.
That is as bold as predicting the Padres to win the West.
Which I actually predicted last night. So
If they get Harper, I think they might. But yeah, let's go to your comeback, Deeks.
All right, my comeback player of the year is none other than my wonderful first baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Oh, okay.
Unlike the San Francisco Giants when they won a ton of World Series, they had that even year magic. Hosmer kind of has that odd year magic.
Fulmer struck him out.
Let's digress from the fucking award ceremony. Talk about Carson Fulmer striking out a single A baseball player. Eric Hosmer has odd year magic. The dude rakes in odd years. He's terrible in even years. So if we're gonna win a World Series,
it's gonna be an odd year.
For 2023, one of those 2 years, please. I don't know. He can't be any worse than he was last year. He had 255 last year. I mean, now you have lineup protection around you. You have Machado, Tatis coming up, a healthy Will Myers, Franmil Reyes. I mean, it's going to be a pretty good lineup, hopefully, for the Padres. So when you're not the only good hitter in your lineup, it makes it a lot harder for guys to pitch to you. I think he'll bounce back, hit about 280, 285, maybe 290. There's a little bit of a stretch there. Probably about 25, 28 home runs, about 85, 90 RBIs, and the guy plays Gold Glove caliber first base every single year. So yeah, that's my pick.
PT?
All right, my comeback for my Cubs fans out there. I hope you, Darvish. I hope my prediction is correct. Just for you Cubs fans out there, you Darvish, he kind of just fell off the cliff last year. His contract with the Cubs, everyone's kind of like, what the hell? Why do we even sign this guy? I think he's having a bounce back year. The Cubs kind of definitely need him to. So I definitely could see him possibly making a comeback next year from definitely his season last year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Now we can go to
I'm going to say definitely in the next 5 minutes.
Huh?
How many times are you guys going to say the word definitely in the next 5 minutes?
Probably
50?
a little bit more. So definitely, let's go. Yeah, let's definitely
do the relievers. Definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely do the relievers.
Yeah.
My reliever of the year prediction is Josh Hader of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's got that little Randy Johnson, Chris Sale going on for him. I don't know. I think he's gonna have a great year. He's gonna really help the Brewers out. If the Brewers want to go somewhere this year, they're gonna need Josh Hader.
Yeah, I mean he's the best relief pitcher in the best bullpen in the National League. He's my pick too. when you throw 98, 99 miles an hour, you're a lefty, and you hide the ball as well as Josh Hader does, you're going to have success. I don't like him as a closer. He's kind of like an Archie Bradley guy. I like him better in the 8th inning than you let a guy like Knable or Jeremy Jeffress come in, pitch the 9th. But Josh Hader, really good pitcher. And yeah, he's my pick too.
What do you got, PT?
I have. All right. Kimbrel has not signed with anyone yet, but my prediction was with the Phillies. And like we said, he is one of the best relievers in the game. So I believe if he signs with the Phillies, I believe he will win the reliever of the year.
Nice. Nice, buddy. So now we're going to go to Rookie of the Year. I've got a hot one. I have got a hot one.
I got a hot one.
No, you don't.
Mine's Peter Alonso, first baseman for the New York Mets. This is for Draft Neck Mark. He homered in his first at-bat yesterday. Or maybe it was this morning. I don't remember. But
It was this morning because Draft Neck Mark was tweeting about it.
Was it this morning? He's been one of their top prospects for a little bit.
Crazy power.
Yeah, crazy power. He's kind of a sneaky guy, and nobody really talks about him. The Mets, I think they're going to do good things this year, definitely better than last year. And if they really want to make a run for the World Series, they're going to need their young guys like Peter Alonso really making a difference.
Yeah, I think Peter Alonso is a really good player. He's got a ton of power, insane amount of power. Talk about a lefty bat that can legitimately hit 30 home runs his rookie season. My Rookie of the Year pick is Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres.
You homer.
Not because he plays for the Padres, but I honestly think he's going to be – shut the fuck up. It's not going to be that face. I honestly think this guy is going to be a superstar coming up. Machado said it in his press conference. He reminds him of him when he was 19 years old. Ton of power for a shortstop. He has a crazy arm, crazy defensive ability. He rakes, spreads the ball to all parts of the field. And he's going to get an opportunity to play. When you're looking at predicting Rookie of the Year awards, you have to look at guys who are going to play a lot. And Tatis has
They're going to play a lot.
He has a legitimate chance to break camp with the roster. If not, he'll be up.
If you guys get Harper, he's breaking camp.
Yeah. If not, he'll be up in 3 weeks after that once the service time rule is accrued or whatever. So that's my guy, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Who's your guy, PT?
Victor Robles. He actually was called up last year.
He's fast.
Yeah, dude. He showed some flashes of decent stuff. He had 3 home runs at the end of the year, but
3 home runs.
He wasn't up for long, but he only was up for 21 games, I guess. But I think this year he'll be a little bit more comfortable, and when he gets called up, I think he'll definitely have a great year this year.
Yeah.
Do you think that Nationals outfield with Juan Soto and Victor Robles?
Awful.
That's nuts. That's fucking nuts. But yeah, that's our award ceremony. It was pretty shitty.
I thought it was pretty good.
We're sorry,
Just
guys.
let us know how awful it was.
Yeah, leave a comment for us in the bottom.
Tell us how shitty we are.
Just fucking tell us how terrible we are. That's all we have today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fucking Bryce Harper signs. By the next time we talk, at this point, he might not actually ever sign. He might just retire.
Yeah, he might go play football or something, or basketball.
Maybe play for San Diego Fleet.
Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah,
Fleet.
San Diego Fleet and the goals.
The goals, yep. Go play some hockey.
What about the San Diego Storm, whatever it is?
Strike Force.
Strike Force, yeah. Too bad they lost to the Quad City Steamwheelers.
Yeah, it's pretty much the quad feed. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Still need the whatever.
All right, well.
We got follow us on Twitter, Facebook.
Perfect.